Here's a myth I want to knock down right now. Vitamins can't hurt you. It's just a supplement. It's natural. That's one of the most quietly dangerous things a person over 60 can believe. After 60, your kidneys filter more slowly. Your liver processes differently. And many of you are taking one or more prescription medications that interact with vitamins in ways your pharmacist may never have flagged. We're going through 5 vitamins today. And I want you to pay close attention because one of them is something almost everyone over 60 is taking right now, and the research behind it surprised me when I first found it. Don't skip ahead. Before we get into it, I spend a real amount of time tracking down the actual research for these videos, not the headlines, the studies. If you find this useful, just being subscribed is genuinely how I know someone's out there watching. That means a lot. Now let's get into this. The reason this matters so much after 60 comes down to biology. Your body absorbs fat-soluble vitamins differently now. Your kidneys excrete minerals more slowly. And polypharmacy, taking multiple prescription drugs, is extremely common in this age group. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K are stored in your body fat and liver. They don't flush out the way water-soluble vitamins do. That means they can build up. And in an older body, that buildup can happen faster than you think. Let's start with the one almost everyone is taking. Vitamin D. And I want to be clear, vitamin D is genuinely important after 60. The concern isn't whether to take it. The concern is the dose. High-dose vitamin D, and I mean 4,000 IU and above, which is sold over the counter and widely taken, can cause calcium to accumulate in the blood. The medical term is hypercalcemia, and in older adults, hypercalcemia shows up as fatigue, confusion, nausea, kidney stones, and abnormal heart rhythms. The National Institutes of Health sets the tolerable upper limit for vitamin D at 4,000 IU per day for adults. Yet many over-the-counter supplements come in 5,000 IU doses, and some people take 2. The fix is simple. Get your blood level tested. A 25-hydroxy-vitamin D test tells you where you actually are, and then you and your doctor can set the right dose for your body. I came across a story about a woman named Dorothy, 68, a retired librarian. She'd been tired for months, the kind of tired where a full night's sleep didn't fix anything. She'd actually increased her vitamin D because she'd heard low vitamin D causes fatigue. Her level came back elevated. Once she dropped her dose and rechecked in 6 weeks, the fog she'd been living in was mostly gone. Doses, timing, and what level to aim for, that's a lot to hold in your head. I put together a plain English resource that lays all of it out in one organized place. It's linked in the description if you want something you can actually keep and refer back to. Now let's keep moving. Now here's one that catches people off guard, because it sounds so fundamental. Vitamin A. Most people think of it as the eye vitamin, the immune vitamin. And yes, you need it. But the form matters enormously. There are 2 forms of vitamin A in supplements. Preformed vitamin A, also called retinol, is the one that accumulates in your liver and can reach toxic levels. Beta-carotene, the plant-based version, is far safer because your body only converts what it needs. Here's what the research shows. High intakes of preformed vitamin A have been associated with reduced bone density in older adults, which in a population already at risk for osteoporosis is a real concern. The NIH's tolerable upper limit for preformed vitamin A is 3,000 micrograms per day. The problem? A single multivitamin plus a separate vitamin A supplement can push you well past that line without you realizing it. Turn your multivitamin around right now and look at the label. If it lists vitamin A as retinol palmitate or retinol acetate, that's the preformed version. If it says beta-carotene, you're in the safer zone. And if you're also taking a standalone vitamin A capsule on top of that multivitamin, talk to your doctor before your next bottle runs out. A man named Raymond, 72, a retired contractor, had been taking a multivitamin and a separate vitamin A supplement his wife had recommended for his eyes. At a routine bone density scan, his numbers had slipped more than his doctor expected for his age. When his full supplement list came out, the combined preformed vitamin A intake was part of the conversation. He switched to a beta-carotene-based multivitamin and dropped the standalone supplement. We're halfway through, and I want to remind you, none of this is about scaring you away from supplements. It's about making sure the ones you're taking are working for you, not quietly against you. The next two are ones I genuinely did not expect when I first started researching this topic. Quick question for you. Drop it in the comments. Which of the 5 vitamins we cover today are you currently taking? I actually read these, and your answers shape what I dig into next. And this connects directly to the next one, because like vitamin A, it's fat-soluble and it builds up. Vitamin E, the supplement that for decades was considered a heart health essential. Here's what the research actually found. A large meta-analysis published in the Annals of Internal Medicine looked at high-dose vitamin E supplementation, doses of 400 IU or more per day, and found that all-cause mortality was actually slightly higher in those taking high doses compared to those not taking it. That's the opposite of what most people taking vitamin E expect to hear. There's a second issue that's critically important for anyone over 60 on blood thinners. High-dose vitamin E has anticoagulant properties. It can amplify the effect of warfarin, aspirin, and other blood-thinning medications. The NIH flags this interaction directly. If you're on any blood thinner and taking more than 400 IU of vitamin E, your doctor needs to know. The safest approach for vitamin E after 60 is food first. Almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach. Natural food sources deliver modest, body-regulated amounts. If you're supplementing, keep it under 400 IU and run it by your pharmacist if you're on any prescription that thins your blood. Now we're getting into the ones that really move the needle. Vitamin B6 is in almost every B-complex supplement on the market. It supports nerve function, mood, and energy metabolism. But there's a problem that almost nobody talks about, and it involves the nerves directly. Too much vitamin B6 over time causes a condition called sensory neuropathy, tingling, numbness, or pain in the hands and feet. The NIH notes this can occur from long-term supplementation above 100 milligrams per day, but some research suggests even lower chronic doses can be problematic for certain individuals. And here's the twist. Those symptoms look exactly like diabetic neuropathy or general age-related nerve changes, so they often go uninvestigated. Check your B-complex label right now. Some contain 50 milligrams. Some contain 100 milligrams. Some aggressive formulas go well over that. If you're taking a B-complex and a multivitamin, those doses add up. The recommended daily amount for adults over 50 is just 1.7 milligrams for men and 1.5 milligrams for women. We're talking a fraction of what's in many commercial B-complex products. I heard about a woman named Patricia, 65, a former teacher. She'd had a tingling sensation in her feet for nearly a year. She'd been told it was probably just age. A functional medicine doctor finally looked at her full supplement list. She was taking a high-dose B-complex every day. Within a few months of stopping it and getting her B6 level tested, the tingling had faded considerably. Before I get to the last one, and it's the one that surprises people most, because almost everyone assumes it's completely safe. If you want everything we've covered so far in one clear, organized guide with doses and timing you can actually follow, that's in the description below. Now, here's the one I've saved for last. Vitamin K. Specifically, the interaction between vitamin K and blood-thinning medication. This one is not about toxicity. It's about a life-threatening interference. And it affects a significant portion of everyone watching this video. Warfarin, the most commonly prescribed blood thinner in older adults, works by blocking vitamin K's role in clot formation. So if your vitamin K intake goes up, warfarin becomes less effective. If it drops, warfarin becomes more potent. Either shift can have serious consequences. Clots forming when they shouldn't or bleeding that won't stop. Here's what makes this tricky. It's not only supplements. Kale, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all high in vitamin K1. If you suddenly start a green juice habit or dramatically change how much of these vegetables you eat, your warfarin dose may need adjustment. This isn't a reason to avoid greens. It's a reason to be consistent and to communicate those changes to your prescribing doctor. One more layer here. Vitamin K2 supplements are increasingly popular for bone health and cardiovascular reasons. K2 is less studied for its warfarin interaction than K1, but the Cleveland Clinic advises that people on warfarin should be cautious with K2 supplementation and keep their doctor informed. If you're on a newer anticoagulant like apixaban or rivaroxaban, the vitamin K interaction is less direct, but still worth disclosing to your prescriber. I came across a story about a man named Harold, 71, retired school principal, on warfarin for atrial fibrillation. He'd started making a daily green smoothie, spinach, kale, parsley, after reading about anti-inflammatory diets. His INR, which is the measure of how well his blood thinner was working, became unpredictable at his next check. His doctor eventually traced the fluctuation back to that smoothie. Harold kept the smoothies and kept his doctor in the loop when the recipe changed. Here's the big picture, and I want you to sit with this for a second. These 5 vitamins aren't bad. None of them are poisons. The issue is that after 60, your body's relationship with them changes. And when you layer in medications, slower kidney clearance, and the tendency to take multiple supplements without checking the cumulative dose, small oversights compound. The action step I want you to take is this. Write out every supplement you take, the dose, and the time of day. Take that list to your next doctor's appointment, or even just to your pharmacist. Pharmacists are genuinely underused for this kind of review, and they do it for free. If you've got someone in your life who takes a handful of supplements every morning without ever checking whether they stack safely, a spouse, a sibling, a close friend, share this video with them. One tap. It might be one of the more genuinely useful things you do for them this week. Let me walk you through these one more time, quickly. Vitamin D, genuinely important, but get your blood level tested before choosing a high dose. The upper limit is 4,000 IU per day. Vitamin A. Check your multivitamin label for retinol palmitate or retinol acetate. Stack that with a standalone supplement, and you can exceed the safe limit without knowing it. Vitamin E. At doses of 400 IU and above, the research flagged an increase in all-cause mortality. And if you're on blood thinners, the interaction is serious. Vitamin B6. The daily RDA is under 2 milligrams, but B-complex supplements routinely contain 50 to 100 times that. Tingling or numbness in your hands or feet is a signal to check your dose. Vitamin K. If you're on warfarin, any significant change in vitamin K intake from food or supplements needs to be consistent, and your doctor needs to know. If you do just one thing after this video, make it this. Gather your supplements, bag them up, and take them to your local pharmacist. Ask them to do a quick interaction check. It takes about 10 minutes, and what they find, or don't find, will give you far more confidence than any label reading you do alone. This isn't about giving up supplements. It's about making them work with the body you have now, not the one you had at 40. Small adjustments, when they're the right ones, can make a real difference in how you feel day to day. Your body isn't broken. It's asking for better information. And the fact that you watched this far tells me you're the kind of person who takes that seriously. And that matters more than any single supplement you could take. If you haven't subscribed yet, that button is just how you let me know you're actually out here. I'd hate for you to miss the next one, because I'm working on something that goes deeper into exactly which supplements are worth taking after 60 and how to time them for maximum benefit. This channel is for general educational purposes only. Always consult your doctor, or qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, exercise, or supplement routine. And one more thing. I asked you at the start to comment which of these 5 you're currently taking. I'm going to read through those this week. If there's a pattern in what you're taking, I'll address the most common one directly in the next video. So scroll down and let me know. Take care of yourself. You've earned it.